Man, what a fantastic year it's been for video games. In 2015, we've seen sequels to some of our most beloved franchises, as well as a few originals ranging from emotional journeys to ducks with silly hats killing each other. Before we head into the new year, let's take a look back at some of our favorite titles from 2015. Hey, I'm Nervous Nick for Screw Attack's Top 10 Favorite Games of 2015.
Number 10.
In 2015, we saw the first original IP from Nintendo since Pikmin. Yes, it has been that long. Splatoon was Nintendo's take on team-based shooters that was both colorful enough for kids and unique enough for even genre veterans to enjoy. After something of a bare-bones launch, Splatoon has since come into its own with excellent variety in its weapon loadouts, stages, game modes, and even special events that let you fight over pirates versus ninjas, burgers versus pizza, and even Autobots versus Decepticons. As creative as bathing the ground in your team's ink color and swimming around as squids are, Splatoon eventually ran somewhat dry for us, placing it at our number 10 spot. But when it comes to a first effort from a long-awaited new IP from the Big N, hey, it's hard to complain.
Number 9.
In a holiday season packed full of quality and released on the same day as Fallout 4, we almost completely forgot about Tomb Raider's sequel that released in November. There's really not much to say other than that Rise of the Tomb Raider is an incredible experience from both a gameplay and technical angle. Those insane set pieces from the previous entry make a return, it's got a solid villain, and the optional challenge tombs are littered everywhere. About 3 or so hours into Rise of the Tomb Raider, you'll get to a certain point and realize, holy cow, this is gonna be a long, awesome experience. So you better get on that. Now. Unless you're waiting for the PC and PS4 release next year like I am.
Number 8.
Tons of games these days boast sandbox-style open worlds, but we would argue that only one series gives you the best sandbox with the best toys. Just Cause 3 builds on everything we loved about last gen's Just Cause 2. An enormous country to explore, loads of fun weapons and vehicles, greatly enhanced destructibility, and even improvements to the best sandbox game mechanic in history, the grappling hook. Having 6 retractable grappling hooks out at the same time means that my dreams of the Soldier Squisher and the Cowcopter can finally at last be realized. I'm not crazy. I just happen to enjoy putting sticky rockets on my rebels and watch them helplessly try to remove them before exploding. So what?
Number 7.
You know how every once in a while you actually load up one of those free games you get on PlayStation Plus? That was how we discovered Rocket League. This gem is so much more than just the latest breakout indie hit. Rocket League brought arcade sports back to gaming in an explosive way. Nothing could have prepared us for all the flipping, chipping, dipping, dodging, scooping, slamming, and scoring that we were in for. Taking the wheel of a remote-controlled vehicle to knock giant soccer balls into goals is an absolute adrenaline rush. And with more free modes and modifiers added since launch, Rocket League has only gotten better. And if you still can't figure out why MLG added Rocket League to its esports lineup, one quick look to any YouTube highlight reel will help you understand instantly.
Number 6.
We all know that games can be exciting, games can be beautiful, games can tell engaging stories. But Ori and the Blind Forest was all of the above. Moon Studios created one of the most gorgeous-looking indie games to come out in years and brought us an emotional story told through Metroidvania-style gameplay. Featuring a combat system unlike any other, nimble platforming controls, a beautiful score, and characters you'll love despite them never uttering a single word, Ori and the Blind Forest is one of the best value games to come out this year. If you've got $20 in a free weekend, you will not regret your visit to the Forest of Nibel.
Number 5.
What hasn't been said about this game? As Hideo Kojima's swan song, Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain is among the best games in a series already held in high regard. With different partners to take with you and the freedom to be as sneaky or guns a-blazing as you want, no mission quite goes the same way twice. In true series fashion, the story may be something of a convoluted mess, and the lack of a co-op option is disappointing, but if Kojima's involvement with Metal Gear had to end the way it did, we're glad that his final game was as good as the Phantom Pain. Oh, and it has the best army recruitment method ever. Abduction by balloons. See ya!
Number 4.
From Software comes a PS4 exclusive that was the first title of the console to make fans say, yes, this game validates my purchase. And the transition to fast and frenetic combat paired with transforming weapons made Bloodborne addictive and, most importantly, replayable. We've talked so much about our strategies and our own tales from the brutal experience of playing, and to believe that there's nearly endless gameplay to be had thanks to its Chalice dungeons is like icing on top of a cake. A cake made of icing.
Number 3.
I'll admit that I had my reservations when it came to Super Mario Maker. I mean, after all, games revolving around user-created content usually just result in 1% competent levels and 99% utter crap. And yet, crap levels or not, Super Mario Maker still ends up being an absolutely endless source of entertainment. Whether you're creating unique levels with interesting puzzles, using mechanics to create autorunners, or forcing players to go through a living hell, one thing is certain. Super Mario Maker is one of the best Mario games of all time. Because it's limited only by gamers' imaginations, I don't think it's gonna dry up anytime soon.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you!
Because I think that's right.
Number 2.
When Bethesda releases a new installment for one of their in-house developed series, we all tend to take notice. So it should surprise no one that Fallout 4 takes our number 2 spot. Fallout 4's Wasteland is full of immersive side quests and content. The encouragement to explore and build your own unique experiences around the game's central story arc is where this game really shines. It even made crafting stuff in video games enjoyable by giving all that previously useless junk a purpose with settlement building. Maybe even causing you to feel a twinge of sadness if one of your survivors gets their head blown off by a raider. Maybe. Just maybe. How many games can we play for 72 hours straight and still want to go home and play more? On that very short list of games, you will most definitely find Fallout 4.
It's number 1.
There was a AAA game released this year that greeted us with a letter from the developers. Sure, it was mass-produced, but the folks at CD Projekt Red had the audacity to warmly welcome the players to their game. Our number 1 favorite game of the year is, of course, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. The letter was such a kind gesture on top of an experience stuffed mercilessly with quality content. Geralt of Rivia's journey through The Witcher 3 is undoubtedly one of the best examples of game making in the past decade. There is so much detail, so much romance, betrayal, excellent combat, treasure finding, monster hunting, and exploration that to even start a mission of Witcher 3 requires you to have at least 4 to 5 free hours ahead of you. Missions are constantly hitting your quest log, and the world is so vibrant and lived in that you don't want to leave it. And don't worry, because you probably never will if you want to see everything that the game has to offer, making it the best game of 2015. Except for the outfits. There's something about the outfits, I don't know, man. I don't know. Something about Geralt makes him look like a court jester most of the game. But, not a big fan. But other than that, sheer perfection.
All right, there you have it. Those were the best games of 2015. It was awesome.
Bloodborne should have been number 1.
2016 has some awesome games on the horizon. Looking forward to those. It's Christmas time, so ignore everyone around you. Keep watching the playlist of top 10s here. There's some other videos here. Maybe some right there. I don't know. But top 10s, still much to come, so see you in 2016.